Okay. Hello, hello, and thank you for tuning into my channel, United to Empower 5. I do use my platform to encourage and empower single parents, those survivors of toxic and narcissistic relationships, as well as men and women who want to build healthy relationships through communication and honesty. I am relationship coach Bridget Jackson, and today I want to share with you single parents. I want to share with single parents a message not from my point of view, but from the point of view of the child who was raised in a single parent household. I was a single parent of three boys, young men now, myself. And I have joining with me today my youngest son, Bobby, who will share with you his experience and from his perspective on how living and growing up in a single parent household impacted, influenced him. So I present to you Bobby.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So Bobby, I want to help those in single parent household. I want to encourage them, and I want them to understand the challenges that come along with it. Because from my point of view, from my stance as a parent, it's not easy. It's not easy raising children by yourself. So, but from your point of view, from your perspective, what is it that you found, or what were some of the struggles that you had growing up in a single parent household?
I'd say one of the struggles would be I don't really know. Like for me, I wouldn't say like it was like a little like a struggle for real.
Or
Just
difficult?
because um, I mean it was difficult not you know what I'm saying just not having that father figure around. I'd say that
Mm-hmm.
just because it's like you know I'm around two older brothers and a mother, so it's like I mean I kind of have like a big brother figure, but I don't have that father figure. So I mean that would be one difficulty that I had. But struggle wise, me personally, I didn't have or feel any struggles.
Okay. So, not having that father figure around, and a lot of times I speak on my podcast about how, um, you know, um, um, a male needs to know what it looks like to be a man, and that was something that I couldn't teach my boys. I did instill values and disciplines and morals um, in them, and laid a foundation for them, but I was unable to teach them how to be men. And that is something that does lack in the single parent household if you are the female, the mother of that child. So Bobby, what would you say, from growing up to where you are now? How did you get to where you are?
A whole lot of support from family, coaches, friends, um, being instilled to have faith in God that He'll work out every situation that you're in. Um, Me personally, I've been through a lot from childhood to now, and still, I mean, I am still going through things, but just having that support system behind you, knowing that you got somebody to lean on, regardless of if it's your brothers, your mother, uncles, aunts, friends, coaches. Like it's just having that support or having that feeling that you know that somebody there will get you through just about anything.
And it is important to have a support system um, within the family period, because without that, it's hard, for you to live out your dreams and do what it is that you want to do or what you have aspired to become, some of your dreams, some of your hopes, and you have a support system. that helps you to stay motivated and encouraged. And you mentioned that, you've been through a lot. Is there anything that you would like to share that you've gone through?
Just adversity in itself. I feel like a lot of people do go through adversity in life, whether it's life hitting them hard or something didn't go their way or they failed at something per se. And like it's a lot of obstacles where you had to get over from where we came from. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to go to college. It's not easy to stay in school or succeed in school, succeed in classes, do that. It's easy to follow that street life or jump into the streets and do this and do that because that's the easy way out. And that's like the people around there is a simple minded people to where they can suck you in quick if you don't have a strong mind. So with that, having that strong mind, having, a mother that does want better for you, that does do everything she can for you. It's a good thing to have just because she's not gonna let you fail. She's not gonna let you slip. She's not gonna let you go down the wrong path. So for me, you stayed on me and still is on me.
That would be correct. I want you to succeed.
So with that, it's just, you get it instilled in your head for so long to where at some point it's gonna stick, it's gonna click to be like, okay, you're gonna look back and be like, okay, like what am I really doing? Like what do I really want to do? Because obviously this look good, but it's not good for me. Like, fast money, quick money, not always good money. And it's just knowing that and then knowing what you want to do in life and then just applying it and working towards it and grinding.
And how do you get to that place? Because sometimes, you can say grind and keep working towards whatever it is that you're desiring to do. What does that look like for somebody who's in that place where they have all those outside influences like the street life, gangs, drugs, and all that? What is it? What was your driving force that made you make that shift to where you said, "Hey, no, this I I know what I want, and um, I can't get there doing this." What prompted you, or what influenced you? What gave you that push to want to do better for yourself, as well as for your family?
Well, one, I'd say being around it was all like, coming up young, you young, you live, you got a whole lot of energy, you want to be in everything, you want to do everything. But it took it took that one time for me seeing something happen to where it was like that could have been me. To where it switched my whole mindset into thinking of like it's only two things that will lead from this lifestyle, and that's either dead or in jail. And I ain't want to be in either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd say the second thing is just having that feeling of like you could have did better, but you didn't do better, or
Mm-hmm.
having that like what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I changed this at this time? Like how would my life be? Like I don't want to live a life off of what ifs. So it's like it changed my mind to where it was on the side to where I didn't want to let nobody down, whether it was family, friends, whoever. Because like, a lot of people always tell me, like, I can see you in the league, or I can see you doing this, I can see you doing that. And like a lot of people had like a lot of support in me, a lot of faith in me that I would do the things that they said I was going to do. And then just seeing from family's point of view is just like, I don't want to I don't want to disappoint them or let them down and throwing my life away just because I found a way to make quick money and I ain't gotta go through no hardships and no struggles to get it.
So what you're saying is when you want to make something out of your life, when you want to be somebody or become who you always wanted to be, it takes work. It takes you making that conscious decision that this is what I want and this is what I have to do to get it. So, and in that also, you know, um, you had to make the decision. You said, uh, people were telling you what what they thought you could be. People were saying to you, "I hope you go make it to the league or whatnot." But in the end, it has to be your choice. So how do you encourage someone else to not allow the voices and the opinions of other people to dictate where you're going, to dictate who you are, and to dictate whose you are? Because it's not easy for a lot of people to drown out those noises, and to make that shift from making I can make all this money, and it's not about money. When did you know that shift come as well? So what I'm asking is, at what point did you decide, or how did you decide that I can't let somebody else's opinions of me dictate where I'm going, or I can't allow um, what other people say? I have to want it for myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean you basically just said it where like letting others dictate. Like as a man, I don't I'm not finna no another man dictate how I move,
Mm-hmm.
what I do, or like just anywhere or have any type of hangover over my life. Like I don't I didn't don't want that to happen. So with that is knowing that and that lifestyle, like, it's always gonna be somebody that's calling the shots. It's always gonna be somebody that's gonna be above you to where you don't have a say in something. It's either they where it goes, and then that's it. That's it. Whereas me is like I want to be able to voice my opinion, be heard, and then take my opinion into consideration. To whereas in that lifestyle, it's just you just sitting back, just listening to the big dog and whatever he say go, and you just got to live with it. Like I like to have ownership on my own decisions, ownership over my own life. So once I figured out that I would have to do so much just to get to a big dog status and that lifestyle, or I could go to school, graduate, go to college, get my degree, and then potentially be my own part, like be my own boss. To where it's like I'm running things, I'm doing what I want to do, what I love to do, and then not having to pay a price for it.
Okay.
So
So you said to graduate, to go to college, and then have your own business. So um, where are you now? What is your position now? What do you do?
um
What are you doing?
now I'm in school, getting my master's degree in business administration. I go to Washington University. It's in North Canton, Ohio. But right now I'm doing that. Hopefully I'll be graduating by this upcoming December.
Are you
But
plan?
with
Go
that I'll be able to start out. I know I'm gonna start out in like a lower position, but I know like once I learn the ropes of the business, or once I learn the ropes on how to run a business and how to run employees, or how to keep employees, or how to find employees, I will want to in the future start my own business.
And Ben, you keep saying you're getting your master's, which is a great accomplishment. And I'm sure that whoever's listening to this will commend you for it as well as I do, and as proud as I am of you, for as far as you've come and everything that you've overcome. This that to get to that place to where you're now getting your master's degree, that takes discipline. It takes commitment. It takes dedication. It takes making some tough decisions, about where you are, where you're going, how you're going to get there, where you want to be, who you want to become, you know. So the disciplines, that come along right now, is you're right now in a process of getting there. So it takes what how difficult is it for you? Because a lot of people, they reject authority, or they become rebellious of authority, but you have to obey authority. And so how would you encourage someone who wants to get to where you are? Um, as far as the disciplines and the mindset, and that you have to work, be determined, committed, and also you have to have a mindset, a particular mindset, when you want to get beyond where you are, or you want to grow past that. How can you speak to that?
One, I say it get lonely at the top, you know. It get lonely up there to where the people that you around, or the people that are your friends, or you call them your friends, just that and the third,
Mm-hmm.
will not agree with your decisions. If it don't, like, say, if it don't involve them, or like your success doesn't involve them, then me personally, I would take that as, okay, well then you're not truly my friend in the first place. But I would answer that to where you gotta stay focused. Um, you gotta stay on the course. You can't, just because you young, people want to go out and party, like, stuff like that. I mean, I understand that because I had my fair share of that, but it's gonna come a time to where you're gonna get closer to life, and you ain't gonna have the college parties, you ain't gonna have the college lifestyle no more. You're gonna be in real deal life.
Yes.
So it's like you gotta be able to make that transition in yourself to where it's like, okay, like, this partying ain't really helping me get nowhere. It's not helping me grow. It's not helping me develop in what I want to be. So you got to be able to make that conscious decision on. It's like, okay, well, I'm finna just cut out partying, or I'm finna cut out drinking, or I'm finna cut out this, I'm finna cut out that, and put that time that you do partying, drinking, hanging out with friends towards your future, towards your goal, towards whatever it is that you want to do. Because at the end of the day, only you live the life that you live. At the end of the day, don't nobody else live it. Don't nobody else control it. You live life and you make the decisions. So you are in control of your destiny, I believe.
That is true. And all the decisions that you make as well, even though they're your decisions impact everybody that's connected to you. So you do have to be mindful when you make those decisions, not just how it's going to impact or affect you, but how it affects those and impact those who are connected to you. But ultimately it is your decision, and everybody you can't take with you. um, when God moves you to a certain level or a certain place, there's some people that just won't be able to go because of where he's taking you. They won't be able to handle it, and then there'll be a distraction or a hindrance, and all your work that you've worked so hard to do and to get to where you are, you know it'll be in vain because you allowed that to happen. But it takes, again,
Mm-hmm.
discipline, focus, like you said, and it takes a will to want to be better and do better. So, if there's, and wrapping this up, is there uh, what one thing, or what what is it that you most have, do you feel that you are most accomplished at, or most influence you to be where you are, to get where you are? What was your influence?
I say for me, just because it's like we're a close knit family, and just the support been there since I started. You know, and it's like I wouldn't say it's like people depending on me and stuff like that, but just the encouragement from my family
Mm-hmm.
is basically what keeps. Um, I play back in my head all the time. Just grandmama, she just giving me money every now and then, $5, $10.
That was out of love.
Yeah, so she just saying something like, even back when I was little, we'll watch the football game in the living room. Like she'd be in there talking, look at him go, look at him go. It, it be that basically like keeps me going, that gives me a purpose to
Yeah.
why I do the things that and why I want to be as successful as I want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and she's looking down on you, smiling right now. She loved her grandbabies. So, uh, I would just like to say thank you, Bobby, for sharing that with us. And I know this won't be the last time that you share, where you are, where you're going, how you got there, how you're going to get to where you want to be. Um, but I do thank you. I appreciate you taking out the time to even want to share, to help somebody else, because that's what we are here for. We're here to help others to get to where they want to be, because your experience, a lot of times there's difficulties and the struggles that you go through, is not for you. It's for you to help somebody else along the way. And that's what we're here for, to help others, and to encourage others, to empower others, and let you know that you can do it. And I will leave with you, parents, single parents, don't give up on your children. Giving up is not an option, as you heard Bobby say, yeah, you still on me. Yeah, because he still needs to be encouraged, because there's a whole lot of influences out there. There's a whole lot of other things that, he could be doing. And I just want him to know that he has my support, and we'll always be there for him. Not just me, his brothers as well. Parents, do not give up on your children, because it is rewarding and they depend upon you. I know it's hard. I know it's a sacrifice, but our children need us. They really do. And when you lay that foundation, you are the influence. You are the guide to where they are going, not social media and all these other influences that mean them no good. So it takes time, and it takes your presence in their lives for them to get to where they want to be, because you got to encourage them as you encourage yourself. And the way to do that is through prayer. We can't do nothing without him. And I encourage you to incorporate the power of prayer, the power of the word in your life, and building a relationship with him, because that's the way that I was able to raise the three young men that I have today. Um, there's nothing that you can do without him. And again, I encourage you to continue to support your children, to be there for them, encourage them in any way that is possible. Have presence in their life. Lay that foundation for them, that they'll have something to build on and develop in. I truly thank you all for listening to United to Empower 5. You can find me on Spotify as well as Anchor. And I'll say to you, 2023 is your year to believe in yourself and to become the best version of you. Stay tuned. There's more United to Empower 5 to come.